even though time is struggling to fully believe that this is not a fantasy or not a superficial, needs to be a truly aligned relationship, that you need to work towards that and go out and expose and talk and meet people. Hello, everyone. Happy 2026 from Conscious Creation here in Cancun. We came for some meetings to grow, to be in the South region here in Mexico. And after closing the year and have some talks with our patients, and how after this 2025, I want to talk about someone that no one is saying too much, not because they don't feel it, but because probably admitting it is terrifying. And talking with them, it's a moment in life when fear stops shouting about work, opportunities, money. It starts shouting about time. Today, I want to speak from that place, not as someone who has spent more than 7 years fighting with you guys, with our patients, about infertility. 16% of the population, we are being affected. And they are telling me that don't want to be someone that hasn't gone in through a process. Because if today could take just one worry off our shoulders, it wouldn't be depth of our discussions or partner or any specific problem. Now I think the constant sensation about the clock doesn't stop. And biologically, our time, the emotional frame, the vital calendar, and the pressure that stays strong to stay active, be outside, be ready, because doesn't pause. And because yes, we are healing, we are learning, we are trying to become the best version of ourselves and trying to do the things right. But the abstract idea, it's something that we feel in our body, in your biology, in the decisions, that they are no longer trial and error, but choices that leave the mark. As an example, after 2 divorces, I have lived what happens when life change the plan without asking you for permission, or losses, breakdowns, moments when you believe there will be a later in life and there is not. And it had nothing to do with you or your partner. That teaches you something brutal. When I'm ready, maybe it's not going to be guaranteed, and later does not always go through the timeline that we are expecting. But in the meanwhile, life keeps moving, even when it took everything in you to reach the place you are projected for yourself, the place you are building from today. And I'm not just asking about work or projects, I'm talking about rebuilding ourselves. Years of therapy, understanding who we are, and from there, learning what conscious fatherhood it might really mean. Learning through mistakes, discipline, silence, self-confrontation, accepting the contradictions, unlearning everything. And we probably never wanted to repeat. So now the fear is different. The fear is making a mistake in something as big as starting a family. With who? At what time? How much time it's enough to know them, to know your partner? I used to think it will feel like just another error, but after the 2 divorces, but it's not the same to make decisions when I was first married at 29, then at 36, and now at my 40. At this age, it feels like a decision can shape your life forever, as it was, and it happens before with our lives, with our partners that we chose, with to whom have children. Those children that at this point they are not real and unexisted. So building towards creating that family and find your partner is the best important decision. What scares us, it's investing years, love, energy, and realizing too late that it wasn't the right path, the right partner. Because I have seen how of many of our patients that breaks them, and I know that emotional cost. That's why when I imagine letting go the control and truly letting go the overthinking voice that is still there, about projects, about things to do, 2026 goals. And obviously it came about family. And the little voice is like running out of time, and we need to be relaxed at the same time, not trying to create cortisol to avoid that probability. Or it is too late to choose well, too late from the correct choices to have a family, to become the best version of yourselves to offer to your partner, to your couple. If you lower your guard and you trust and no one gives those years back, but then trying in the best honest part of yourself to go in deep inside to try to become your best version. And even though time is struggling to fully believe that this is not a fantasy or not a superficial, needs to be a truly aligned relationship, that you need to work towards that and go out and expose and talk and meet people, explain who you are, explain yourself, and trying to build that relationship from the beginning. Don't fear the uncomfortable in the beginning. Go with consciousness. Don't avoid those topics. Go and start confronting them from the 6 and the 9 position. Share those topics. Share how is going to be the language, the place that you are going to be raised, religion. If we can identify that, we can avoid what we've been talking towards our goals in this coming year, because love is to build and meant to be shared with the one that we both choose to love and be in love. That's what at this point the family, the nucleus of our society, it goes away of the war of sexes and the modern dating and learning to make decisions in a healthier way than we learn how our parents did in a totally different, completely timeline. But that's from where we are coming from. That's how we want to do it and trying to do it differently. So emotional stability, a real desire to create life, create your family. So when there is days when a little voice doubts and it's there, you try to go deep, to meditate, and from within, in the conscious way, call when can be, with who, the best time to become and to build a conscious family. My therapist named it the pursuit of conscious parenthood. It's what happens when you stop romanticizing life and beginning to understand the real weight of your choices. When you no longer want to repeat the story, when you no longer want to just endure, when you no longer want to prove something to someone at all costs. When can be the right time? And if it's not now, when? I don't know if at some point sharing with you these stories that I'm facing out there with our patients, that they also hear those voices if they need to pursue or they feel escapable, or what makes us more human. Because countless people are living this exactly reality, 1/6% of the population, but in silence. People who feel that the time breathing down under our necks. People who want to do things right, but also want life to actually happen, make it happen. People who are not afraid of effort, but of making a mistake in something that cannot be undone. That's our biggest generation mistake, I think. That's why we are postponed. And if this resonates with you, you are not broken. You are not late. You are not alone. You are conscious. And maybe the real work is not running faster, nor giving up or give away the control, but learning to walk with this truth without letting it paralyze us, with respect, with honesty, with an open heart, but awake with intention, with intuition, with whom and when. And with that courage, that doesn't matter how many times you need to go back again and try to fall in love for the goal of your family and for the goal of your partner, for that most important decision in your life. So if you feel this way, let's create this community. Let's talk about it, because that's what I'm learning today in this infertility world that I'm in part after 7 years, and recently from a personal perspective and in a country that it's growing in the fertility tourism side. I'm here in Cancun, south of Mexico, with a really great infrastructure to keep working here and creating these alliances for our international patients. Thanks for sharing.